Line, where I'm your host, OG Chris Murray, be giving you my week 1 golden picks for the DML. Another cycle is about to kick off in the DML, man. Madden 19 is here, and right off the rip, we kicking it off with this season. Now, for you guys that don't know what this season is, man, this season is pretty much the very first season. For whoever wins it all will get a gold banner, a customized t-shirt sent to him, and also a Super Bowl trophy. Now, just to give a little insight and a little background on the season, pretty much what it is. It comes down to nothing but pure stick skills. You got the team that you wanted in the Madden 19 team draft. You have your original roster. There's no excuse that a user can present to no one in the chat or why they should not have a shot at hosting a banner at the end of the year. Now, with all that being said, let's dive into these picks. Now, right off the gate, we got I'm talking about a banger right off the gate. We got Nasty Noop and the Atlanta Falcons versus Matty Ice and the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, both users got their home teams. Looking at both of these rosters, this game right here, in my eyes, is matched out on an equal level. You have Nasty Noop with Matt Ryan, Freeman, the dual threat at the running back position with Freeman and Coleman. He has Julio Jones, who's a beast, and he has that rookie Calvin Ridley, who's what I'm looking at to see if they can bring back that Rodney White and Julio duo that was placed in Atlanta a couple years back. They have a good linebacker core, and their secondary is solid. Now, on the other hand, Matty Ice has the same level of talent in Philadelphia. He has Carson Wentz at the quarterback position. He has Nick Foles at the backup quarterback position who can come out and produce. He has Jay Ajayi. He has Sproles. He has Alshon Jeffrey, Nelson Aguilar. Secondary solid, and that front four on the defensive side of the ball is nasty too. Looking at this game, this is the W that I know that both users want to take. But if I had to make my pick, I would have to go with the Atlanta Falcons upsetting the Philadelphia Eagles and Matty Ice week 1 taking a W in Philly. Okay, next up we have Skill Trade 2 in the Buffalo Bills versus HB 30 in the Baltimore Ravens. Now, for some reason, it's a repeat occurrence with the Buffalo Bills in the DML each cycle. Now, I don't know if it's the Buffalo curse, but for some reason, Buffalo cannot get out of the bottom tier in the DML in every cycle. Every cycle, this is a team that struggles. No matter what user picks them up. I'm interested to see what Skill Trade would do with them this cycle, because they have some young, real solid pieces that they can build around. They have Josh Allen at the quarterback position, Tremaine Edmonds at the middle linebacker position, who is going to be a flat-out beast, and they have a couple other key guys they can build around. Now, he's going up against a good user at HP 30 with the Baltimore Ravens. Now, Baltimore, outside of Lamar Jackson, there's nothing that excites me about this Baltimore team. But I know how HP 30 plays, and he's a guy that's going to come out with a solid game plan no matter what team he has, and he's going to stick to it. Now, talent-wise, the Buffalo Bills outweigh the Baltimore Ravens hands down, but this is the season, and this season comes down to stick skills, and my pick for this game will have to be HB 30. Take HB 30 and the Baltimore Ravens taking an easy W over the Buffalo Bills week 1. Okay, next up we have Expert in the Jacksonville Jaguars versus Publizi 17, the New York Giants. Now, this is a game right here also that is going to be an exciting game. Now, looking at this game in this matchup, week 1 of the preseason, I'm pretty sure that a lot of guys in the DML wrote pretty much the Jacksonville Jaguars and expert as taking this W. But I'm telling you right now, man, this is a game that's more equal than a lot of people actually think. Now, the Jacksonville Jaguars, they're definitely stacked. Don't get me wrong. They're stacked on the defensive side of the ball, and they have some explosive weapons that a lot of people probably don't know about on the offensive side of the ball. They have Leonard Fournette. They have an explosive wide receiver core, young wide receiver core, and they have a quarterback which I would say is mediocre, but he can manage the game. Now, on the other side of the ball out there in New York, you have Puglisi with the New York Giants. This team is stacked. When I tell you stacked, I mean they stacked like a full house. You see what I'm saying? They have solid weapons on the offensive side of the ball. They have a rookie that I think is about to stamp his name on the DML with Saquon Barkley. And they have, of course, OBJ, one of the top 3 wide receivers in the DML right now. This game is going to come down to, in my opinion, who can score the most points against 2 tough defenses. Because both of these defenses are tough and they're not going to want to give up an inch. This pick is tough, but this is going to be my first upset pick of week 1. I'm going to take Puglisi taking the W over expert and the Jacksonville Jaguars, man. It's going to be a good game, though. I'm telling you, both running backs are going to come out and try to, stiff arm, juke, truck anybody that gets in their way. But I think the Giants going to pull this out, man. Okay, next up we have T-Pain and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus 85 and the New Orleans Saints. Something is going on out there in Tampa, man. You got your quarterback making W's with his hands, saying, I'm going to eat this and eat that. You have players getting suspended. You have just everything ain't right now in Tampa. You know, T-Pain was spotted out partying with the players, and he's supposed to be the owner of the team. So Tampa is, in my eyes right now, is a little bit, distracted. But they have some talent out there. They definitely got some talent, but they're a little bit distracted right now, man. It's a lot going on out there in Tampa, but they're going up week 1 in a tough matchup against the New Orleans Saints at 85. Now, Addy has a solid team in New Orleans, man. This was the team last cycle that dominated the NFC, and I'm looking to see them do the same exact thing again this cycle. Now, let's look at a few key matchups in this game. Tampa has a young running back that can run the rock. He pretty much didn't show what he really can do in the preseason, but he showed that he can produce a little bit. He just scratched the surface a little bit. So I'm looking to see him come out, and have a good running game to get that offense flowing with Jason Winston and O.J. Howard, also a factor in this game that's going to be a mismatch for a couple of those New Orleans Saints linebackers. But the weakness I see in this Buccaneers team is they don't have no one in the secondary. Their secondary is very, very weak. And if they front four cannot figure out how to get after the quarterback, they're going to have a long, long day. Now, Addy is one of those users that you can march the ball 90 yards down the field. 90 yards. But once you get in that red zone, it's lockup time. That's when he locks into his defense. He don't care about if you just threw a bomb 80 yards down the field. He don't care about if you just went on a drive and marched it 75 yards in the field. Once you get in that red zone, this is when your will be tested, because Addy is one of those users that's going to make sure that he shuts you down and make sure that you don't get points. Now, if Tampa could figure out how to score points in the red zone, he might be there. The game might be a little bit close in the end, but I don't see Tampa matching up with Addy and those Saints, as far as stick skills. So this is an easy pick for me. I'm going to take Addy 5 and the New Orleans Saints over T-Pain and the Buccaneers, getting an easy W week 1. Next up, we have SJ versus Dashmere, Houston Texans versus the New England Patriots. Now, okay, Dashmere got the call up. He performed, in New England, did a little concert. I believe the song he performed was You Are My Lady. Now, if his stick skills match up with the singing performance that he did, he's going to be in trouble. I'm just going to tell you that right now. He's going to be in trouble. It's going to be a long day for the New England Patriots if his stick skills matches that performance that he did when he performed, when they announced him as a new owner of the New England Patriots. Now, a little thing switched up for SJ this cycle, okay? Last cycle, the cycle before, it was the Speedy Midgets. This cycle, his offense changed a little bit because he has now 6-foot-plus wide receivers that have speed, and he has a mobile quarterback. Now, I'm looking to see how SJ is going to adjust his game out there in Houston, because this was the team last cycle that raised the banner. So he's stepping in from day one, trying to fill big shoes out there in Houston. I think the rookie Dashmere is going to have his hands filled playing against SJ week 1. This is a tough matchup, I think, right off the gate for him. And if SJ can figure out how to get that offense clicking from the gate, it's going to be a long day for the Patriots. The Patriots, to me, don't have no talent in the secondary to match up with the wide receiver core of the Houston Texans. So my pick for this game will have to be SJ taking the W over taking the W over Dashmere and the New England Patriots week 1. Okay, next up we have Sweets 99 and the San Francisco 49ers versus Hamilton and the Minnesota Vikings. This is going to be also another good game. Like week 1, what I'm looking at and what I'm understanding is all these games is going to be good in my opinion. All of them, except for one game, and y'all will find out what that one game is once I get to it. But this is a game right here that is going to come down to what defense can make plays. Now you have Sweets 99 taking over the San Francisco 49ers organization. This team is young and explosive. And one thing about Sweets 99 is he loves speedy running backs, and he have one in that backfield with McKinnon. Now, if Hamilton can figure out somehow, some way to stop the run, and he has the defensive line to stop it. To me, he has the number 2 best defensive line in the DML right now, on paper, right now. Now, man can play a couple tricks on you, so if he could figure out how to maintain Sweets 99 run game, he might can put up some fight, in my opinion, upset Sweets and those 49ers. Now, the pick. Talent-wise, I think the Minnesota Vikings has the upper hand in this. And I think man is going to lean in Hamilton's favor. And my second upset pick of the day, I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings over the San Francisco 49ers. Next up, we have Darkness and the Tennessee Titans versus Tight Work and the Miami Dolphins. Okay, now, this Miami team pretty much looks the same as it did last Madden cycle, with a few key pieces missing. But Tight Work already showed that this is the team that can hang banners right off the gate. Now, he's been playing the real low key this offseason. Labbing when he can. Telling guys, oh man, I'm a struggle. If you believe that shit, I'm telling you right now, your ass is gonna get points put the hell up on you quicker than you know it. Tight work is feeding you motherfuckers bullshit. I'm telling you that right now. He's going to blow the hinges off of your door if you think that this man does not have a game plan that is going to have him in a race for the season banner when it comes down to it. I'm telling you that right now. Sleep on him if you want. On the other hand, we have Darkness and the Tennessee Titans. Now, this is the team that I actually like. This team, talent-wise, is better than the Miami Dolphins. They're better than the Miami Dolphins. They have better quarterback, better defense. They have better weapons on the offensive side of the ball, meaning wide receivers, running back. So the Darkness and the Tennessee Titans are actually getting a lead as far as talent-wise versus the Miami Dolphins. Now, like I said before, this is the season, baby. It's the season. And this comes down to stick skills. And I don't think Darkness can go toe-to-toe with Tight work when it comes to stick skills. You know, this is like a Mike Tyson fight, in my opinion. You know, Mike come out, they, read the rules and the regulations of the fight, go back to their corners, come out, 15 seconds in the fight, Mike knocking them out. And this is what I'm expecting Tight work to do to the Tennessee Titans. Coming out, putting a whooping right on Darkness and the Tennessee Titans from the gate. I can't see Darkness going toe-to-toe with Tight work this season. So, my pick for this game will have to be Tight work and the Miami Dolphins taking a W over Darkness and the Tennessee Titans. Next up, we have, in my opinion, well, hold on for a second. Next up, we have the Big Homie and the Cincinnati Bengals versus Marizzi and the Indianapolis Colts. Now, this right here is a game that won a nomination for the Shit Bowl game. It's going to be one of those games, man, where, you bored in the house, you ain't got nothing to do, so you're going to tune into it. You're not going to be too excited watching it. You're not going to be really paying attention to it, but you're bored, you ain't got nothing else to do, so you're going to tune into it. Both of these teams is teams that I can see first couple seasons being a bottom tier team. Now, the Cincinnati Bengals actually was an amazing team last cycle. So the Big Homie has a lot of pressure on his shoulders out there in Cincy. And the Big Homie actually was very frustrated this preseason playing with Andy Dalton. So I'm interested to see, man, what the Bengals going to do. Marizzi, he's a rookie. It's his first cycle in the DML. So I'm interested to see if he's going to stamp his name on it or if he's just going to be one of those guys that's going to fall completely off the mat. But this is the shit bowl game. I really don't want to make the pick, but if I had to, I have to go with the Big Homie and the Cincinnati Bengals taking a W over the Colts. Moving forward, next up we have Flair and the Pittsburgh Steelers versus my team, the Cleveland Browns. Okay, Flair inherited a good New York Giants team last cycle. A lot of people want to tip their hat. Good job, Flair, for going to the NFC Beast. A lot of guys ran from it. Yeah, all that shit is fine and dandy, but he didn't do shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's like, your man going in the room, you got the chick with the fattest ass in the room. Everybody scared to go pop, and your man go inside the room, and you like, yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about, bro. You went in there. Everybody was scared, but he don't fuck her. The fuck is you congratulating me for? He did nothing. He went in the room, she pulled the ass out and he froze up. So, Flair, man, he had a good Giants team, but we're not gonna spend too much time on that. He moved his talent over to Pittsburgh. You know, he's getting a good Pittsburgh Steelers team with the #1 rated wide receiver in the DML with Antonio Brown, running back Le'Veon Bell, Big Ben. The list can go on and on for how much talent that this team has. The question is, can Flair figure out somehow, some way to stop trading away his goddamn draft picks and build the fucking team? You know, that's what he has to figure out. But he has a tough matchup this week because he's going to up against me in the dog pound, be hungry. You know, this is going to be a good game. I expect Flair to come out and throw haymakers from the rip. You know, he's going to definitely test my young Cleveland defense. And I'm looking forward to the fight. You know, I'm looking forward to the fight. But of course, in this game, I would never ever pick against myself. So I'm going to have to take myself, you know, over Flair and the Steelers week 1, taking a W. Next up, we have what's going to be the most explosive game in the DML week 1. This game right here is going to set the tone in that division from the gate. I like this. Oh, man, listen, my hands are shaking right now how excited I am to see this game. You had KP and the Kansas City Chiefs versus Eddie Forrest and the Los Angeles Chargers. This game right here, man, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be, man, a must watch. You can't miss this game. You can't miss it. The level, this is the most balanced game of week 1. As far as stick skill, user stick skills matched. The rosters on both sides of the ball is matched. Talent rise on the roster is matched. Like, it's nothing, it's no weakness in this game that you can pick out right now. Except for one. And that's the Kansas City Chiefs secondary. Outside of Eric Berry, there's really nothing out there, man. It's ghost town. You know, it's ghost town. But the stick skills of the user that's controlling the Kansas City Chiefs outweighs that, man. This is why this game is going to be so good. The Chargers, on the other hand, man, they have talent all over the board, all across the board, you know. But I think that the Chargers are going to figure out somehow, some way, how to take Tyreek Hill out of the game and expose that secondary and come out with the W in week 1. But this game right here could go either way, man. But my pick would have to be the Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers, taking the W week 1, man. But this is going, I'm telling you, you better tune into this game, man. You better tune in, because this game right here is going, man, this is a playoff impactful game right off the gate, man. I'm telling you, man. Like, so I wouldn't miss it. I wouldn't miss it. But next up we have the Seattle Seahawks with Houdini versus JB Blazin and the Denver Broncos. Okay, both of these teams are in a rebuilding stage, you know, but they have 2 users that's going to come out each and every week and try to knock your damn head off. So you can sleep on both of these teams if you want. I'm telling you right now, you can sleep on both of these teams if you want, and you're going to wind up taking some L's, because these 2 users are going to come out and compete every single week. And one thing about both of these users is they know how to take an ass whooping. They know how to take an ass whooping. So don't think that, you know, they crumble fast. But these 2 users right now, I think, are right off the gate in the rebuilding stage, and they're going to come out and going to compete. But just how their rosters are set up, I don't think neither user is able to compete on that level to where as though they can make a playoff push. Now, they might, you know, surprise me, shock the DML, and make a run for the playoffs. But right now, how I see these rosters set up on both teams, I see that, you know, this is a a rebuilding stage. Now Seattle has a veteran quarterback in Russell Wilson who knows how to make key plays. The thing is, can Houdini figure out how, one, to protect Russell Wilson, two, don't turn the ball over, and three, get some production out of his offense. You know, if he can figure out how to get those three things clicking, the team might be in the game, and they can actually pull off the W. Now, on the other side of the ball, you have Jamie Blaze with the Denver Broncos. He has Chubb and he also has Von Miller. Those two have to get after Russell Wilson. They have to get after Russell Wilson and not give him all day in the pocket. If he could get this pass rush going and figure out how to make Houdini be Houdini and turn the ball over, then he also might can pull out the W. But Houdini's gonna come out and throw the ball probably 30 times, man. Probably he's gonna throw the rock at least 30 attempts. 30 attempts throwing that rock. So JB is gonna have to get his secondary ready and prepped for this game, man, because they're gonna, no matter what's going on, he's gonna come out try to pass that rock. But my pick for this game would have to be JB Blazing and the Denver Broncos taking the W over the Seattle Seahawks. Just because I think that pass rush is going to force Russell Wilson to make some poor decisions and poor reads when he's passing that rock. Okay, next up we have HBO and the Dallas Cowboys versus C-Rob and the Carolina Panthers. Alright, let's pause for a second. Now, before the DML Madden 19 draft kicked off, everybody was excited about the draft, but HBO had to be one of the most energetic users when I'm telling you, meaning when it came to who he was going to pick with his draft pick. Now, I don't know what happened on draft day. I don't know what information came down through the pipeline. I don't know if HBO got word that a couple users was coming to that division and they got scared away. But what the people want to know, HBO, is why didn't you pick the Oakland Raiders? Why? Just answer that question. Why didn't you pick the Oakland Raiders? Because you went out, brought a new Oakland jersey. I heard you was looking for prices for houses out there in the area. But when draft day came, you just shifted left and went in a whole complete opposite direction. But I just want to know, man, that why? You can hit me in the DM, you can leave a comment under the video, but just let me know, man, why didn't you pick the Oakland Raiders? Alright, let's get back on track now. The Dallas Cowboys was pretty much the golden team of last cycle. They hoisted multiple banners. They dominated. A lot of people might not agree with it, but they dominated. They dominated the DML last cycle. But I see things turning in a different direction. New ownership. I don't see this team being a force to reckon with this cycle. I think there'll be a mid-level team. And he's coming out from the gate against a good user that has been flying under the radar this whole offseason. Didn't hear too much from him, And I think that this is the cycle that fits his game style. The Panthers, man, got a lot of weapons out there. A lot of weapons. And I don't think that the Dallas Cowboy has the talent offensively to keep up with the pace of the Carolina Panthers offense. So in this game, it's not even a question at all who I'm picking. Of course, C-Rob with the Carolina Panthers taking the easy W over, the guy that ran from the Oakland Raiders. Okay, next up we have under 2 rated, the Washington Redskins versus Guwap and the Arizona Cardinals. Last cycle, the Redskins was stacked on paper. I heard, from an excellent source that they had to change ownership because HP30, was an investigation going on with him, shaving points, chasing the bag instead of chasing the ring. Now, we're not gonna get into too much details about that because it's still open investigation. But this team last year was stacked, man. Like, it was no weakness besides the gambling of ownership. But other than that, this was the team, man, that, in my opinion, should have put up at least 2 banners last cycle. Now, they got new ownership with under 2 rated taking over. This is a guy that is pretty much came in from day one, cleaned up a lot of stuff that the old owner left around. Stuff like the gambling, out partying too late. I heard he set his team up with a special curfew. So he's coming in from day one, letting these guys know that there's a new owner in town. Now, this team is underrated, very underrated. A lot of guys look at this team, look at this roster and say, oh, this is a team that, pretty much can't compete. And a lot of guys are writing Matty Ice off with this division for some reason. Now, Matty is an excellent user, but under 2 rated showed in the past that he can come out and compete on a high level. And he's going up against Guwap this week. And Guwap is a user that I call him 1, 2, 3 run. That's what he's doing. He dropping back, counting 1, 2, 3, and he taking off with the quarterback. No matter what quarterback he has, no matter what quarterback he has, he's taking off. Now, this Arizona Cardinals team is stacked with young talent. This was the team that I had on my draft boards I was going to take. There's a lot of pieces that excite me about this team. And this game is going to come down to the run game. Who can make explosive, who can get the run game going and bust one open down the field and tire the defense out. This game's going to come down to the run game. It's going to come down to the run game. The defense, both defenses going to play a factor, but when it boils all down to, it's going to come down who can run the rock better, control the clock, control the pace of the game, and don't turn the ball over. My pick for this game, it's going to be a tough one, but I'm going to have to take Guwap and the Arizona Cardinals over under 2 rated and the Washington Redskins. Okay, next up, I call this the OG game, man. We got the Bus and the Chicago Bears versus Mo Booker and the Green Bay Packers. Now, this is a game that's going to be very interesting, I'm telling you. It's going to be very interesting because a lot of guys think the Bus is going to come out and just do what he do, run all over Mo B. But that Green Bay Packers team is stacked on the defensive side of the ball with a lot of young, fast talent. Now, the Bears had an amazing offseason, man. Amazing offseason. They acquired Khalil Mack. They were running a couple scrimmages with a lot of different other teams, and they was cracking everybody's head off. This was a guy that understood the game very fast off the rip, put together a good game plan, put together a solid playbook, and got the best production out of his team. But I think Mo Booker is gonna put up some fight, man, in this game because his team, he has some talent. Now, his offense lacks a little bit, but that defense is solid, man. It's solid and young. So I see him, I wouldn't say competing, but I see him being in this game. Come down to the fourth quarter, 3 minutes left in the fourth. I can see Mo B in this game, man. Possibly getting the W. But we're not talking about rosters. We're talking about stick skills, man. Stick skills. And I don't see Mo B matching up with the stick skills. And I think the Bus is going to run away with this one. It's going to run away with this one. But, things can happen. My pick for this game have to be the Bus. taking the pick over Moby and getting that W out there in Lambeau. Next up, we have the DML Game of the Week, man. Listen. Tune the fuck in. Okay, we got live broadcasting with expert. We gonna have Tone Dog. We gonna have Matty Ice stopping through. You know, we gonna have LeBron James stopping through also. You know, to talk about a couple things out there in LA, man. It's gonna be crazy. I heard Rihanna sliding through. You know, it's gonna be live, man. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be live. You know, this is the game right here that, you know, we kicking off from the rip. You know, that you ain't gonna want to miss. It's gonna be a lot of excitement, man. You know, a lot of excitement in this game. You know, but this game this game right here, man, is gonna be good because we have two users that we have. Nuts coming back. You know, he took some time off. Became a reporter, but he called up his agent and said he had something left in the tank. He said, "Yo, what's going on? I don't care what you gotta do, man. Get me back in the DML. I got something I gotta show these young punks, man. I still got something left in the tank." But he's taking over a tough, I ain't gonna say tough, but, you know, a New York Jets team that has a lot of holes, man. And on the other side of the ball, you got, you know, Taz and the Lions that a lot of people think that is a bottom tier team. But I actually got a chance to scrimmage against this team, and this team is gonna come out and surprise a lot of people. But it's the game of the week. And my pick for who's going to take the W in the DML Game of the Week is going to be Taz and the Detroit Lions, winning by a total of 2 touchdowns over Nuts and the New York Jets, man. Okay, next up we have King Vitamin and the LA Rams versus Tone Dog and the Oakland / Las Vegas Raiders. Hands down, man, King Vitamin from the gate. I'm picking you as the favorite to win the season. This roster is so stacked. That defense is so scary because of the front four that they got. You got Aaron Donald matched with Sue? How did that even happen? And rumors was to be they was gonna get Khalil Mack. Can you imagine that? Like this defense is nasty, man. This is the team that made that put all their chips on the table, man. They said, listen, we got 2 seasons to get this shit right. They remind me of the Boston Celtics when they went out and said, yo, we want to get a championship. Let's go. We putting all our chips on the table. Yeah, the window was closing for King Vitamin and the LA Rams because how this team is set up the first 2 seasons. You know, he's a good GM, good owner, and he know how to plug guys in. But I think right now he's at his peak, and this team has to win it all in the first 2 seasons. Now, just like I said, if you're my favorite to win it this year, this season, year 1. You know, you have your weapons on both sides of the ball to get the job done. This week you're taking on Tone Dog and the Oakland Raiders. Oakland, I don't know what's going on in Oakland, man. This is another team that I'm scratching my head to. Tone is a good user, but I know, you know, him watching his team be ripped apart this offseason, his blood pressure, I know, is through the roof. You know, and, you know, I send my condolences out there in Oakland, man, but this team it lacks the talent, man. It lacks the talent. I think that this is a lump-sided matchup, man, that he's getting this week having to go up against King Vitamin and the LA Rams, man. I just don't think that this team have enough talent to compete, you know. So I'm going to take King Vitamin and the LA Rams taking the W over Tone Dog and the Oakland Raiders. You know, those are my picks for the DML Week 1. Man, drop a comment, you know, producing the show after every event. Make sure you tune in. You know, if you feel like your team should have been given the W, put that chip on your shoulder, man. Go out there and compete. It's the season. No excuses. No excuses. All the crybabies, keep your asses in the house, because this is about to be an amazing, exciting cycle, man. I'm your host, OG Chris Murray. Man, I'm out.